Last week, someone said something that caught my attention. He looked at me and said, "Honestly, I don't think ChatGPT is that useful." I didn't argue. I simply asked, "Can you show me how you use it?" He opened ChatGPT. Typed one sentence. Read the answer. Closed the browser. Then shrugged his shoulders. See? Nothing special. That's when I realized something. Most people don't get bad results because ChatGPT isn't powerful. They get bad results because nobody ever taught them how to work with it. The difference between an average ChatGPT user and an exceptional one isn't intelligence. It's approach. Today, I'm going to show you 7 mistakes I see people make every single day. And if you're making even one of them, you're probably getting only a fraction of what ChatGPT can actually do. Let's start with the mistake almost everyone makes. Mistake number 1. Treating ChatGPT like Google. A few weeks ago, someone told me, "I don't understand why everyone is obsessed with ChatGPT." So I asked him, "Show me how you use it." He opened ChatGPT. Typed, "Best business ideas." ChatGPT gave him a list. He spent a few seconds scrolling through it, closed the tab, then looked at me and said, "Honestly, I don't see what the hype is all about." At that moment, I realized something. He wasn't really using ChatGPT. He was using it like Google. Google is built to help you find information. ChatGPT is built to help you develop ideas. Those are two completely different experiences. If you ask, "Give me business ideas," you'll probably get a decent list. But that's where most people stop. The real value starts with the next question. Which of these ideas would work best in Legos? Then, rank them from easiest to hardest to start with a small budget. Then, pretend you're an investor. Which one would you reject, and why? Then, how would you improve that weak idea into something people would actually pay for? Now you're no longer searching. You're thinking. And ChatGPT becomes less like a search engine, and more like a brainstorming partner. The biggest mistake isn't asking one question. It's ending the conversation after the first answer. Mistake number 2. Giving ChatGPT too little context. Imagine it's your first week at a new company. Your manager walks over and says, "I need a presentation for our new solar project." You immediately know what the task is. But as soon as you sit down, questions begin to flood your mind. Who's the audience? A homeowner? A commercial client? Or a government agency? Should the presentation focus on installation costs? Long-term savings? Or the technical specifications? Should it sound formal or persuasive? The manager gave you an instruction, but not enough context to produce your best work. That's exactly how many people use ChatGPT. They type things like, "Write me a proposal," "Create a business plan," "Write an email." Then they're disappointed because the result feels generic. But think about it. How can ChatGPT produce something tailored when you've barely told it anything? Instead, try this. You're writing a proposal for a commercial solar installation company in Abuja. The client owns a shopping mall. Their biggest concern is reducing electricity costs. Write a professional proposal that explains the financial savings and why our solution is the best choice. Now ChatGPT isn't guessing anymore. It understands the situation. It understands the audience. And it understands the outcome you're trying to achieve. The quality of ChatGPT's answers is rarely limited by the AI itself. More often, it's limited by the quality of the information we give it. Mistake number 3. Accepting the first answer. Imagine hiring an experienced copywriter to write a sales page for your business. They send you the very first draft. Would you publish it immediately? Probably not. You'd ask for changes. Maybe make the headline stronger. Simplify the language. Add a better call to action. Why? Because great work usually comes through refinement. But with ChatGPT, many people accept the first answer as if it's the final version. That's like stopping halfway through the creative process. When I use ChatGPT, the first answer is just the beginning. I'll ask, give me 3 better versions. Rewrite this for beginners. Make it more persuasive. Challenge your own answer. Every follow-up makes the result stronger. Think of ChatGPT as a talented teammate, not a vending machine. The quality of the conversation depends on how willing you are to keep improving it. Mistake number 4. Trying to impress ChatGPT. I've seen people spend 10 minutes trying to write the perfect prompt. Big words. Complicated sentences. Technical jargon. As if they're trying to impress the AI. But imagine asking a taxi driver for directions using language so complicated that even you struggle to understand it. The problem isn't intelligence. It's communication. ChatGPT doesn't reward complicated language. It rewards clear thinking. Instead of writing long, confusing prompts, write the way you'd explain the task to a smart colleague. Be specific. Be direct. Be clear. Simple instructions with clear goals almost always produce better results than complicated prompts designed to sound impressive. Because clarity beats complexity. Every single time. Mistake number 5. Never giving ChatGPT a role. Imagine you walk into a hospital and ask, "Can someone help me?" A receptionist walks over. She smiles. Then asks, "What kind of help do you need?" Because in a hospital, not everyone does the same job. If you need surgery, you don't want the accountant. If you need a heart operation, you don't want the dentist. Expertise changes the quality of the outcome. ChatGPT works in a very similar way. Most people simply type, "Write this for me." But they never tell ChatGPT who it's supposed to be. Now compare that with this. You're a senior software architect. Explain this solution to a non-technical business owner. Or, you're a digital marketing consultant with 15 years of experience. Improve this Facebook advert. Or, you're an experienced HR manager. Rewrite this interview invitation so it sounds professional but friendly. Nothing about ChatGPT changed. The only thing that changed was the perspective. Sometimes the fastest way to get a better answer isn't asking a better question. It's giving ChatGPT a better role. Mistake number 6. Believing everything ChatGPT says. A friend once told me, "ChatGPT said it, so I assumed it was correct." That sentence worried me. Because confidence and accuracy aren't the same thing. Imagine asking someone for directions. They answer immediately. They sound confident. They never hesitate. Would that automatically mean they're right? Of course not. Confidence is not proof. And ChatGPT is no different. Most of the time it's incredibly helpful. Sometimes, it gets things wrong. Especially when you're dealing with legal information, medical advice, business statistics, or fast-changing news. That's why I always verify important information before acting on it. Think of ChatGPT as an incredibly knowledgeable assistant. Not the final decision maker. The smartest people don't replace their judgment with AI. They strengthen their judgment with AI. Mistake number 7. Using ChatGPT for tasks instead of building a system. Here's the biggest shift that changed the way I use AI. Most people open ChatGPT, complete one task, close the tab, then come back tomorrow and start all over again. That's useful. But it isn't transformational. The real breakthrough happens when ChatGPT becomes part of a workflow. Imagine you're launching a new business. ChatGPT helps you brainstorm the idea. Perplexity helps you verify the research. Claude helps you polish the proposal. Base 44 helps you build the first version. Each tool has one responsibility. Each tool strengthens the next step. Instead of asking, "What can ChatGPT do today?" ask yourself, "How can AI improve the way I work every day?" That's the difference between using AI occasionally and building a system that saves you time every single week. Tools create tasks. Systems create freedom. If you've ever felt like ChatGPT wasn't living up to the hype, maybe the problem wasn't ChatGPT. Maybe no one showed you how to work with it properly. The people getting extraordinary results aren't necessarily smarter. They've simply learned how to ask better questions, provide better context, and build better systems. Remember this: AI won't replace people who know how to think. But people who know how to think will always get more out of AI. So the next time you open ChatGPT, don't just ask for an answer. Start a conversation. You might be surprised by what happens next. Subscribe to Web Oracle for practical AI, no-code, automation and technology content that helps you make smarter technology decisions.